What is up, y'all? Hope everything is well on your end. I don't normally do how-to videos, but I decided it might be a good idea because in one of my first videos, I got a bunch of questions regarding my one cable setup, and this will work with devices that natively support it and devices that also don't natively support it. So I'm talking about like the M1 MacBook Air, M2 MacBook Air, M1 Pro, which does natively support it, but devices like MacBook Airs don't, Steam Decks don't, ROG Ally doesn't as well. And the main thing you're going to need for this is a docking station that supports DisplayLink technology. That's the biggest component. There's a lot of docking stations out there, but not all of them are compatible with DisplayLink technology. And that's what you're going to need to be able to use in order to connect your MacBook Air, Steam Deck, any device to a dual monitor setup. So if you don't have it already, you're going to need a DisplayLink compatible docking station. If you're using a desktop or you have an M1 Pro, M2 Pro MacBook, you don't need it just because it does natively support two monitors. For a MacBook Air or Steam Deck, you're going to need this DisplayLink technology to be compatible with your docking station. I got an HP docking station. I'll just show an image of it right here. You have to be very careful though, because there's a lot of these docking stations that look exactly the same. The first HP docking station I got was this one, and the second one I got was this one, but this one wasn't DisplayLink compatible, so I had to send it back for another docking station that was DisplayLink compatible. Once you have a DisplayLink compatible docking station, you're going to go over to subnatics.com and download the necessary drivers for DisplayLink on your computer. There's options on the website for Windows, Mac, even Android. I haven't tried it with any Android device yet, but for any device you have, there will be drivers so that the DisplayLink technology works perfectly with the docking station. Once that's done, it's as easy as plug and play. You can just plug in your MacBook Air, ROG Ally, Steam Deck, and it's going to work perfectly. Before I end the video, I do actually want to show examples of me using these devices on dual monitor setups with just one wire. So first, I'll use my MacBook Air. You also have to make sure when doing this that the DisplayLink drivers you downloaded are actually open. And with it, it always takes a little longer for the second monitor, but it does pop up. In the settings too, it'll be on your toolbar if you're using this on your MacBook. And you can change the orientation of the monitor depending if it's on portrait or landscape mode. This is the M2 Max 60-inch MacBook Pro. I do want to say, even though I said it before, make sure that DisplayLink Manager is on. A lot of times I forget, I'm like, why are both my monitors not working with either my MacBook Air or my MacBook Pro? It's because sometimes I forget to turn it on. An easy fix is just to have it automatically turn on when you log in. I usually don't have any of my apps do that just because I don't want it running in the background. But if you're using it frequently, you might as well just leave it on. And lastly, this is the Steam Deck running the dual monitor setup. Works perfectly, works with all peripherals too. It's a very smooth process. Not gonna lie though, the Steam Deck does get extremely hot and those fans will be cranking even without running any applications. It feels like it's struggling, so I usually don't have it on a dual monitor setup for playing video games, of course, but if I'm like doing small assignments or working on something, I'll definitely use it in this state. So this is a very similar setup I have, a dual monitor setup with one cable, except here, it's a lot easier to see. My cable management isn't atrocious. It's not the best, but you know, it's very easy to see. HDMI, DisplayPort, one cable, super easy to use. And that pretty much sums up this video. DisplayLink technology has been a complete game changer for my entire setup. I can go from using my Steam Deck to my desktop to my MacBook Pro to my MacBook Air with one wire and still be using all my peripherals. It's amazing, and it's definitely changed the way I interact with my setup on a daily basis. Thank you guys, and see you next time.